Yesterday we met Salty, someone who watches our videos, and he's living on his boat over there. He's anchored. We're all kind of anchored here in this Wrightsville Beach area. I got a few beers. I was thinking about bringing him over, having a beer with him. Maybe I could show you guys his boat. This is Josh.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Cheers. It's a 1986 Peter Eyebold design Endurance 40. The hull's Faro cement, but it's a factory-built boat. It's built by Wind Boats Marine over in England. She's got one Atlantic crossing on her keel and many thousand miles under her after that. It's been a good boat for me. I've had her for 2.5 years. I've taken her to Marathon, Florida and back to the Outer Banks, part of that trip single-handed, and sailed with some crew and lived on the boat for 2.5 years, full-time in the winter, part-time in the summer, and been a great home and a great boat. No real complaints. Show you the deck and the boat and everything.
Yes, check it out.
I keep everything traditional at the mast. Less turns, less bends and lines, so you just, less problems. You got to come forward, generally to reef, so I keep my reef points and my halyards and everything at the mast. So the boat's full keel and it holds the course good.
It's fairly light though, right?
30,000 pounds. It's documented at 15 tons. For a full keel ferro cement boat, let's say it's pretty decent weight, not overkill and not too lightweight. I mean, she does great offshore. Massive foredeck on this boat. It's all flush, it's all kind of flat. I keep the Walker Bay up front. If I go offshore, I'll take the Walker Bay and put it on top of the pilot house, and then I put my big dinghy up on the foredeck. Depending on the situation, I'll put the Walker Bay either on top of the Avon, to keep line of sight clear. Yeah, she's a tired old dinghy, but it's 1989, it's Hypalon. They're kind of set up. I mean, the boat needs work. All boats need work, but cruising and living on her now.
Yeah.
So, she don't need too much.
You're doing it.
Well, let everybody know, run your day shapes when you're anchoring, folks. That way if somebody runs into you in daytime, you don't get held accountable.
That radar reflector?
Yeah, it's a black ball, just a black ball. And it's just one of the day shapes when you're anchored. For ground tackle, we got a manual Sea Tigers, a SL555 Simpson Lawrence windlass. It always works if you're willing to work. You don't have to worry about a dead battery on this bad boy. The boat is English. Everything on it is like metric. So the chain is 12 millimeter chain, and we have 200 feet on board. And I run a 66-pound Bruce because she has a bob stay, bowsprit. So you got the bob stay and the whisker stays. Main sheet, real simple purchase setup going on. It's all by hand. There's no winch going on in here. The purchase is massive, and there's 6 different points where it connects to the boat and the boom. So if you've ever had a problem where one shackle's gone out and your boom is free flying, you never lose control of the boom. I can operate this by hand in like 20 knots, 18 to like 22 knots under a full main. If there's ever a problem, you can always, because she's a cutter, I've got 2 winches on either side for the jib sheets, so you can always just run the main sheet to your windward winch and have your main sheet on a winch, which is, it's been pretty nice. Yeah, we got the jib sheets. It's a little cleaner over here because I don't have the dinghy. This is for my my Genoa, which is on a roller furler. It's a Schaefer 3100 roller furler. 2 Renogy 100 watt solar panels, so 200 watts of solar and a 20 amp MPPT charge controller. It's a tracer unit. It's been pretty good.
Just gonna run back to Whisper and grab Kate, and then we'll continue on with the interior boat tour of Tamora.
Yeah. Come on down. Welcome aboard. Check her out.
Oh, this is awesome.
Got a quarter berth back here. Slept back there for a little while, but a big double quarter berth. Keep my spare ground tackle. I'm about to go offshore, so I got my secondary anchor, rod, and chain back there stored now.
What's this?
Got a nice little table that folds down, and you can do a little writing. It's kind of a nice little station.
Yeah, this is so cozy.
And then you go forward from there. You got the nav station over here on the starboard side, forward facing. VHF AIS radio, iPod for basically the interior primary navigation.
This is so spacious. I love it.
quite a bit of room in here. It's a 13-foot beam on this boat. It's like 6'4" standing headroom.
But I love to check out people's galleys.
Pretty
so you have to show me.
spacious galley. Nice horseshoe design, keep you tight in there.
Foot pump?
You got manual freshwater, raw water.
Oh, that's nice.
Great storage throughout the boat.
Yeah,
Keep all my
that's
cleaning
awesome.
supplies and stuff in that way.
Very cool.
Room for the trash can in that one. It's full. You don't want to look at that. Keep all my snacks and little bits of food down in here. Canned foods mostly. It's pretty nice. And this is clean because there's lips on the bottom, so there's no hang up. And this is a real fun feature. It's the drop down for the this is coffee station.
This is awesome.
The first place you go in the morning. This it comes out, you get the choice, you know.
I love
You get the blend or you get the flavor. So
More dry storage in there.
yeah, so you got a little drip tray. So when you wash your dishes, you can put all your pans and stuff in there. I keep canned drinks and drinks that I can grab fast underway. So and it's just 2-burner stove and oven, which is real nice.
That
Super
is nice.
super clean. And it's propane. And then you got the ice box, big ice box. And I just keep all my pots and pans down in there. Always have a box of wine out, you know. Some Merlot, I guess, this week. Drink to forget about your boat problems. Let's go on down to the main salon. 2 steps.
You got your Christmas decor up.
Yep, got a couple stockings up, a little rig. Got some lights in that. This is a deck step mast. This is a compression post. This is steel compression post, and it rests on top of a massive concrete ballast because the boat is ferro cement. So down in the bilge there's a really big ballast.
What's this down here?
Paraffin heater. It's a tailor-made paraffin heater. The boat's from the UK, so everything's you know, British on the boat. It's a pressurized paraffin heater. I don't use it. I try to keep the boat in warm climates.
So it's a concrete boat. That's why the finish on this hull is like this?
Yeah, the boat's ferro cement, so you have the rebar armatures, and then you have a wire mesh that wraps the makes the frame, and then it's plastered with a concrete, which this is a Secrete, so it's like an epoxy based concrete. It was built by Wind Boats Marine. They laid a ton of these, but the hull is 1 inch thick at the top of at the gunnel, and then my transducer where the depth finder is, the hull's about 3 inches, so it's kind of wild. It varies. A minimum 1 inch thick.
So what's the draft?
This boat draws 6 feet, so you kind of gotta pay attention when you're on the inside.
You
Tons of storage in this boat too. So what do you do? I'll pull these cushions back, you know, and you get access where I keep all like my spare parts. Like I keep my engine parts and stuff in there, just things ready to grab.
I would call this the garage. Wes needs a garage.
It can be.
There,
like
hey,
that.
there are tools.
You got a locker underneath this settee. Hey,
Excuse me,
sweet.
Lola.
You want to have a listen? Yeah, that's right. This pops up. I keep my toolboxes, and then I got a massive shot road down here. It's 300 feet of some 1 inch road if I need to stitch in. Water pump station. Got a manifold with 3 different valves, so you can access the different tanks, and it all runs off of one pressurized water pump. Keep it simple, man.
And clean. You've got it
Keep
so
it
clean.
Simple. Yeah, everything has a place. She's always shipshape, always ready to sail. And if I'm hanging out and doing something, I have it, no matter what, always keep the boat ready to go in 10 to 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
Then you have another berth right here for guests.
It's one of the most comfortable spots on the boat, and I keep my TV and DVD player stowed right there. Before I get underway, you know, I always like to watch Captain Ron or something before I get going. Prime berth.
Oh, very nice.
And when you're anchored, you can always see what's going on right here, so you can always be aware of your surroundings without getting out of your bunk. So I've gotten very comfortable with my ground tackle, which is never a good thing to do. So I've moved to the V berth now, which is got three surfboards, keep my rods and pole spear and stuff up there. Vanes for the wind vane, and you know, big memory foam. Got, you know, drawers, which I end up just keeping junk in, but 3 cubbies there. You know, keep my jeans, keep my shirts. You know, keep your skivvies and socks in there. Closet there.
Nothing gets bunched up in here.
Yeah, this is a lot of storage.
Kate's in the head right now.
And it's a 2-door access to the head, so you can open the closet here and lock it, and that way you can access the head from the V-berth without interrupting or disturbing anybody else in the boat, and also having some privacy of your own.
It's nice, yeah.
So let's go in here and you can kind of get a size comparison of what's going on. A Lavic manual pump. So it's, again, it's simple, just a pump operated. No, not like a Jabsco where you have to switch levers and pumps and stuff like that. This, it works on a seal. So there's a seal in both lids, and basically you just pump it about 7 or 8 times, and the suction creates a water intake to the bowl, and it also makes the suction to take all the waste out into the holding tank. And we have a 50-gallon stainless steel holding tank on this boat. Like I say, I always go to the holding tank, and then when I'm offshore, you know, on good passage, take care of that, or go to a marina.
Take a look at the engine, right?
Yeah, she's got a British Leland, which is a BMC. It's a 2.52 liter. It does leak a little bit of oil, but it's a British engine, so you need to expect that. But 2.52 liter 4-cylinder diesel engine. Very reliable to me. While I've had the boat, she was extracted in 2010, and I had a full rebuild down to the crankshaft. And the boat is over 12 meters, so we do have the Coast Guard navigation rule book. You gotta have that on board the boat, along with all the proper safety equipment. Check that out, full right there. That's what you want. And I've got these bad boys all over the boat. Everywhere you sleep, there's a fire extinguisher at your head. My motto is you might have to fight your way out. Pour the rum.